Hey guys, so here's your stuff for Friday the 3rd. It's a little different today. Warm-up's very simple though. 4 minutes, you're gonna pace through jumping jacks like normal, PVC good mornings, or you could use a light barbell. Just put the bar on your back, grip kind of narrow. Narrow grip usually helps keep that kind of upper back in the right posture. If I kind of do this too much, you see that kind of upper back rounding. So keep your grip quite narrow, and then you're going hinge over, stand up, right? Nothing crazy, you're just trying to get that hamstring stretch, get us ready to deadlift. Then you're gonna do some single leg deadlifts with whatever piece of equipment you got. So if it's a barbell, you're gonna center that bar over the leg that you're standing on. And we're just trying to keep the bar close, right? So it's gonna be imagine if the bar went down, it was like the bar's going like this, and it's gonna end up over my shin. Same idea when I'm on one leg. So I wanna keep that bar close and over the shin. I don't wanna do this. And kind of lose my balance. So I'm trying to kind of repeat that movement, kind of fire up the muscles on the one leg, make sure that, you know, they're being used evenly. So I would do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Keep the balance, right? So you should be able to do 5 at a time. If you have a kettlebell or dumbbell, same idea. You're centering it. Okay, over the foot. Just don't smash yourself in the foot. Don't let that dumbbell or kettlebell get away from you. If you're holding the dumbbell, just hold it like this. It should kind of tap you in the top of the foot. So you should be able to kind of feel that hamstring on the leg you're working on, but just as much we're trying to kind of work on kind of the knee tracking in the right direction. Yeah, but light, and then so you're gonna get through a couple rounds in 4 minutes, hopefully. Yeah, so we're getting ready to deadlift. For the strength, it's 10 sets. So we often do this kind of timing in the gym. So it's a little more complicated than every minute on the minute. So it starts out every minute on the minute, and then it switches to every 90 seconds. So obviously the first 0, 1, 2, and 3 minutes is your first 4 minutes starting times, and then it'd be 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, 12, right? So you might have to write that down. Big thing is that you're keeping up with the clock, but you get a bit more break as you get a little more tired with it. So you're doing five deadlifts. So if you have a bar, you're doing 5 deadlifts plus 3 hang power cleans. So you're gonna be doing, 5 just regular deadlifts. These aren't gonna be the heaviest deadlifts you've ever done because you gotta do 3 hang power cleans with the same weight after, but they kind of tire out your hang power cleans. So you're just trying to make it look good, touch and go. Right, so from here, bars over the knots of your shoes, your shins are pretty vertical. You're gonna bring butt and shoulders up together without raising the chest up yet. And then you're just dragging the thigh and raising the chest up. On the way down, you're reversing that, and then butt and shoulders drop together. Okay, so I'm not going over like crazy today, but especially because it's not as heavy. But if you do them inefficiently, your back's going to be doing more work than it should, and then those hang power cleans are going to be a little harder, right? So after you've done your 5th deadlift, you're already at the top. You're going to do 3 hang power cleans. So that's going to be, they're going to be heavy ones. So it's going to be either from here, most likely it's going to be from the knee. We're going to raise the chest back up to that power position, and then we're going to launch, getting the bar back to the shoulder. Okay, so it's, biggest thing is that when I tip over here, I don't start pulling up like that and have the bar come away. I'm bringing the chest back up to vertical, and then I'm launching from this extension, right? So it's going to be over, back and up, landing in the low quarter squat. Okay? These are going to be much heavier than the hang power cleans we're going to do later. So they might even get your grip a little bit. But so we're just, after the bar's on the shoulder, we're going to reset. So you have your kind of your wider stance in your squat, you're gonna reset. You're gonna bring it down close, grab your hook grip again, over to the knee. Okay, so quarter squat landing, no full squats. So that means you gotta get the bar a little bit higher. Yeah, so those might get a little hard, just especially with the 5 deadlifts, kind of tiring your grip out. So that hang power clean might be a little harder than normal. It's going to be a lot on the grip. Yeah, so if you have a bar, you're going to try to build up, and make these really hard. Obviously, most people are going to get limited by the amount they can hang power clean. Deadlift weight shouldn't be the thing that's kind of stopping you. It's more just to tire you out. If you have a dumbbell or kettlebell, you're going to have to make that set challenging where the timing makes sense, right? So if I don't need to make it, like if it's not getting hard with every minute, I would stick with every minute, or you're gonna add more reps, right? So there's no point in doing it every 90 seconds, every minute and a half, if your set is only requiring you to be able to do it if that's just a lot of waiting around, right? So, or you're gonna add reps so that you need that kind of recovery time. Okay, so either I'm gonna do like five deadlifts, right? And then I'm gonna do the hang power cleans, 3, right? That probably wouldn't be that much to do 5 on the one side, 5 on the other side. So 5 deadlifts plus the 3, and then 5 deadlifts plus the 3 on the other side. If I was doing that every minute, especially with that dumbbell. So I might have to do 10 deadlifts and 6, or double it, or kind of find a number that you think you can hang on to. Again, usually when we're doing these, especially when we're using the dumbbell, usually it's kind of like that 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest kind of timing. Something that, so if you want to keep it very simple and you're using a dumbbell and you don't want to worry about the 90 seconds, I would go with every minute. If you have a barbell and you're adding weight, definitely use the every 90 seconds strategy. If you add the reps later, or if it starts to get hard later, then you can go to the 90 seconds, but it's going to have to be a bit different for everyone depending on what you got at home. Yeah, so for the strength, or for the WOD, I mean, it's a very different one, 100 hang power cleans for time. So that's what we just did. It's set at a really light weight, 75 and 55 with a barbell. Means that you should be able to hang on for a long time. Ash added a little challenge into there. So she wants to see, this is usually her jam, she wants to see, we'll see when she's pregnant, but she wants to see how many you can do unbroken. So she doesn't want you to, the idea is we want to see how many you can go to attack this workout. I don't want to, we doesn't want to see you doing 10 break, 10 break, 10 break, and then kind of doing 10 sets of 10. She wants to see how many you can do unbroken. And if you really want to get fun with it, video it, and we'll all kind of have a little extra challenge, and you can say how many you did off the bat unbroken. Once you've kind of broken, then you can you can break it up on what you want. But these are hang power cleans. Most likely they're going to be high hang for most. So because they're light, you might be able to just go from this little bit of knee bend from this position. Right? What you got to make sure though when you do high hang power cleans fast is that you stand them up. So usually what you see is kind of people doing this, and then they bring in the bar down before they've stood their legs up. So my legs are still bent. I'm going to stand them up before I let the bar off the shoulder. Right? What I don't want to do is go. Right? And never have stood the bar up. So just watch for that. What's going to happen is as these get tired and as your pull starts to die, which they will, especially because you're doing so many unbroken reps, that's when you're going to need that little more of a hinge. And then you get that kind of that hinge or that lever to help you get some power out of the deadlift portion of it. So 5-minute time cap, go for it, do as many as you can, and then video it if you want to be involved in that challenge, just for the unbroken max number. If you're doing dumbbell version, depending on your weight, especially too, you might want to do like 100 might be enough for you. These ones are from here to the shoulder. Right? Could go from the outside, but I'm finding that this one ends up being a little more just kind of a bicep curl. I find when I hinge over between my legs is when I actually use my extension. Right? When I do this one, I don't really get that as much help from the hips. So I would view that way keep the dumbbell between the legs. Kettlebell would be same idea. Okay. That one won't be fun if you have to use a kettlebell. Yeah, so if your dumbbell is really light, you might want to double the reps. You may want to do, get a feel for how many you think you're going to be able to get done in 5 minutes. Either way, it's supposed to be 5 minutes of hanging on. It's going to hurt a lot because it's you're not really giving yourself much time to drop the bar and look at the bar. Okay? Yeah, so let's see how that goes. And then you're going to do the 2 minutes of rest after that 5 minutes of work. You're going to do that flight simulator skipping drill that we do quite often. This one is only 4 minutes. Sometimes we do it like we've done it before with the 10-minute challenge. This one, we're just doing 4 minutes. Get as far as you can. That flight simulator is 5 unbroken skips. So you're going to go 5 double unders. You have to stop at 5. You can't do 5 right into 10. You can't do 15 and get both of those done. You have to stop the rope, restart it, and then you're going to do 10 double unders, unbroken. You can't do 9 and then 1. You got to do 10 unbroken. So if you mess up, you got to start over at 10. You don't have to go back to 0. So you got only 4 minutes, so you got to be pretty consistent. You can't really be messing up too much or you ruin those sets. So just kind of trains your, how consistent you can be and how focused you can stay. That's something that people struggle at with double unders when their brain starts going other places. It's not as much about the kind of the shoulder burn as when it's the 10 minutes, I think. So if you have not great double unders and you're just starting and you want to stick with them, I would maybe do the rep scheme of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go as far as you can. You're not going to get very far if you're not great at double unders. If you don't have any double unders, I would do singles, and then I'd probably stick to that 5, 10, 15, 20 rep scheme, up to 50, back down to 5. But I definitely recommend doing doubles and getting a little bit worse of a workout than sticking to your singles. So if you have some doubles, do them, right? You're never going to switch to doubles just magically one day they're going to be good, okay? You have to struggle through. If you want doubles, and I know a lot of you guys do that are at that kind of transition stage, you can't just, they're not going to happen one day. You have to work at them. You have to maybe sacrifice a couple scores or maybe some workouts where you don't get the best conditioning on it, or you don't put up the best score on SugarWod. You got to struggle through. So usually these drills are great to sort of force you guys. Like if I was in the gym and I saw someone doing singles that I know that they can do doubles, I would be bugging them to do doubles. And maybe they don't get that far in it, but they spent 4 minutes of working on their doubles. I know it's hard at home, or if you're at a park, you kind of want to do them properly, but I would use this time to improve that skill. If you have the doubles down, then you're trying to get to that next stage. But singles, yeah, they're going to get you some heart rate, but they're not helping you with those doubles, and they're not getting you further along with that skill. Okay, so always I recommend, because once you have them, and then you get even better workouts. So go get them. All right, have fun.